So, to understand hoodoo is to understand that you have to exist in multiple spaces and multiple times, whether it comes to spirituality, whether it comes to physicality, mentally, whatever. Now, a lot of people don't understand this from a level of existing in multiple spaces at multiple times because they're so busy trying to be authentic with everyone. They're so busy trying to show everyone who they really are, and you should never do that. That's the number one rule to spirituality, right? And I know that a lot of the time people believe it's the opposite. No, not for what I practice. It's not, right? And not just myself, but a lot of black women, not what we practice. It's not. So we have the right to create multiple personalities. We have the right to exist in multiple different spaces. Now, does everyone need to know that's what you're doing? No. Just like everyone don't have to know about your private life, everyone doesn't have to know about who you've dated before, who you're intimate with, who you're related to. You do not have to give that information out. Okay, so I think my generation, we all grew up watching Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, but the other side of that was watching supernatural things that really spoke to us in our soul. Tales from the Hood, Eve's Bayou, all of these magical movies that are centered around hoodooism, right? And what I will say is, I learned a lot about double tongue, double hand, double mind, right? The spirituality comes from the soul, but it's going to change according to the times. So you look to see what's going on in your reality and you can feed into that energy, right? You can also harvest from that energy as well. And of course, I'm not going to go too deep into it because I personally do not feel that I need to do those things when it comes to the internet, because if you are by blood, if you are by lineage, then you're going to understand, right? And I'm also going to include some of the films at the top as well. But when it comes to the recent times, movies like Skeleton Key, Spell, what's another one? Oh, Lovecraft County, one of my favorites. It teaches you that you have to do work. You have to do root work. Everything you do, everything you say, right? Even down to the herbs you use in your food, it's all work. And once people start to understand that, then they're going to understand it from a different level. It's sort of like when I think about psychology and how everything has a label, right? It can be just a set of labels that is attached to characteristics, patterns, and such. What about the magical side of that? You have the ability to look at certain symbols and come up with a different name. You have the ability to learn different languages that no one else knows. You have the ability to come up with certain words that no one else knows, right? And in this day and age, you can literally write books about it. Do they have to be published? No. Can they be private? Can they be hidden? Sure. So I think about the Akashic Records when I think about that. It's just like a book of libraries that are hidden that has never been published before. And it's going to be codes, it's going to be hidden in DNA, it's going to be all of these different things. So, so on a different note, I wanted to talk about what I want to say. Um, the times that we're living in, right? It's like, okay, everything is happening right now because you're supposed to get back to your roots. And a lot of people don't understand that, right? Um, Of course, we know when it comes to society, it can be very dangerous depending on who you are as a person, how you process information, what you're looking at on a daily basis. Yes, you may feel like you're going crazy. For some people, they are. For some people, they're not. If you're grounded, if you're rooted, then you're going to understand what's happening. And if you're a spiritualist, right, especially a black woman that is a spiritualist, you're going to already understand, like, we was looking at this energy years ago. We seen all of this stuff coming years ago. And a lot of us started doing a lot of this work back then, right? So if you are, let's say if you're dealing with someone or people or a space that you don't want to really be involved with, and they are trying to cause you harm, okay, you can go about it in the way of doing your work. What does that look like for you? It's going to be different for everyone. Again, no one knows who you really are, what you're really thinking about, unless you tell them. You know what I'm saying? So that's that type of energy. I've also noticed that a lot of people want to get the attention of the black woman. They want to, how can I put it? It's like smelling your energy, right? They want to smell your energy, feed off of it, harvest it, but you have to see them as an ally. You have to see them as a kind person. You have to see them as a loving person. Even if you are projecting your own energy onto them, say if you're going around and you're giving out compliments and you're loving on people and you're being extra sweet to people, that's one way that you can harvest their energy, yes, but most of the time, that's not what's going on. Most of the time, it's people like, they need to understand what's happening with you, who you are as a person, you know? So do work around that. Your home should reflect your spirituality as well. Your doors, the colors you put in your home, the things you do in your home, the food you eat, the herbs you have. Yeah. Okay, guys, so like if you're gonna go out to the store and you're gonna purchase little things for like the festivity time and just having like a good time, right? You're gonna decorate and everything. Okay, cool. Listen, I found this at the store, and it's just like a regular little glass potion jar where you can put little things up in there. You can make your own potions. You can do your own little fun witchy things, right? And if you're purchasing stuff like this from the store, you can also remove the label and add your own on there. But just little things like this, right? I'm always working with the elements. I'm always working with little things that I find in my locals. And yeah, it's a good time. It's a fun time. It's a good time. And with your spirituality, I would want to say you don't have to necessarily feel like, oh, I have to be paranoid or I'm afraid of this, afraid of that. No, spirituality is meant to have fun. It's meant to engage. It's meant to create new spells, new rituals, potions, feeling like a goddess, being a goddess, living as one, right? It's not necessarily rooted in, being paranoid or being afraid that someone's going to do this or do that, right? And again, you have your good stuff and you have your stuff that's, going to protect you when you need that. So